Welcome back with basic concepts and principles of business economics. Myself Dr. Santosh, Faculty Department of Economics, KCS Kasinadar College of Science. We are going to see in following slides fundamental concepts of economics and business economics. Let's start with definition of economics. It is a social science, deals with production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. There are large number of economists give the different definitions. Some say that there is no requirement of definition of economics because economics growing continuously. But most of the economists agree with the view that defining economics is must. On the basis of these economists, the economics definition is divided into 4 parts. Basically, there is 4 categories of definition of economics: wealth, welfare, scarcity, growth oriented definition. In forthcoming slides, we are going to see different definitions given by different economists according to their time period era. Let's start with wealth definition. It is given by Adam Smith, father of economics. According to him, economics is an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nation. See students, I have given 4-5 definition. Whichever you find that it is easy to memorize or easy to understand, you can put up that particular definition. According to J.B. Say, economics is the science which treats of wealth. J.S. Mill says it is the practical science of the production and distribution of wealth. The subject treated by political economics is not happiness but wealth. On the other hand, wealth definition given by Alfred Marshall, he always treated man as primary and welfare as secondary. He given very elaborate definition of economics. According to him, a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social action which is mostly connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. I have given so many other definitions. Whichever you find easy and comfortable, you can note it. After seeing wealth and welfare, let's see scarcity. Scarcity means shortage. Lionel Robin done lot of research on scarcity. He is fellow from London School of Economics and he wrote famous economics book in which he mentioned that it is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between scarce means which have alternative uses. For example, coal. It is scarce, it is limited in supply, but it has many uses. And he defined economics very precisely. It is a science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. So many other economists also given their definitions. Skidowski, Stonier and Hack, Harvey. According to them, it is also related with scarcity. And according to them, it is a fundamental concept, scarcity, which gives rise to the problems. And finally, it is the study of how men allocate their resources to provide for their wants. In other words, to satisfy their wants. If he is a producer, he will allocate the factors of productions in such a way to get more output. If he is a businessman, he will allocate a capital in such a way in which he gets the maximum profit. Finally, we can see growth oriented definition, which is the modern definition. Paul A. Samuelson has given this definition and in his piece of book Foundation of Economic Analysis, in which he mentioned economics is a continuous process of growth. As long as the world is working, the economy is the vibrating force. And finally, Samuelson given importance to microeconomics, whereas Weak Keynesian economist given importance to macroeconomics during the post-war period. After seeing the concepts of economics, let's see fundamental principles of business economics. Incremental principle, marginal principle, opportunity cost, discounting principle, concept of time perspective, equi-marginal principle. These are all the very basic and fundamental principles. Business economics is based on these principles. All the 5 units covers under the headings of these principles. Let's see marginal and incremental principle. Incremental principle is other way an addition in total revenue or total cost. That is, if there is an increase in total cost, we can say that there is an increase in incremental cost. If there is an increase in total revenue, it means there is an increase in incremental revenue. The use of incremental concept in business decision making is known as incremental reasoning. In short, IC is used more often in business decision making than marginal analysis concept. Now see opportunity cost principle. Already various definitions given. It is the best next alternative use, and this principle is based on scarcity, production possibility frontier, comparative advantage, discounting of investment returns. It is application of opportunity cost. It is very important in itself. This one tells us how to handle opportunities that come at different times. An intelligent person is one who utilizes the opportunity at the right time. Time gone never comes back. So be wise, be an intelligent human being, whether an economist or capitalist or businessman or governing forces, utilize the time and utilize the opportunity which is available amid of scarcity. Let's see the discounting principle. Discounting factor determines the present value of future inflow of cash. It's based on the fundamental fact that a rupee now is worth more than a rupee earned after a year. That is, PV present value equals future value minus present value Fn dot rate of interest. Time perspective. It is given by Alfred Marshall. According to him, there is 4 types of time: short period, very short period, long period, secular period. In short period, fixed factors and variable factors are static. That is, we cannot change. We cannot change supply, but there may be an increase in demand. Other way, short period, there is an change in variable. That is, there can be a little bit increase in supply, but we cannot change fixed factors of production, say plant and machinery. Long period is a period which covers more than 5 years, in which we can change factors of production as well as variable factors of production, fixed factors of production. We cannot change plant and machinery, but we can change fixed factors of production. In secular period, plant and machinery and variable factors and machineries, everything can be changeable. You can change your plant from one state to other state, like how Tata Motors did. First, Tata Motors put up their plant in West Bengal. Then due to some conflict with the government, that is changed to Gujarat, and they started their production. So after a period of 5 years, there is no difference between fixed factors of production and variable factors of production. Finally, risk and uncertainty. In real world, uncertainty influences the estimation of cost and revenue, and hence the decision of the firm. Since future conditions are not perfectly predictable, there is always a sense of risk and uncertainty. But higher the risk, higher the income. This applies to the business world. When a firm is operating in a market along with other firms, there is generally an element of uncertainty regarding the action and reaction of the competitors. Other uncertain factors can be shift in consumer choices, changes in government policies, national, international political scenario. Students are always welcome to clarify their doubts. Thank you once again. See you soon.